everybody, this is Caro from Lacey's Creations here in South Australia. Very cold here today. We're having unusually cold and wet weather. Today I'm bringing you this lovely Christmas journal. This is my third journal, my third Christmas journal. And unfortunately I have the sad news to say that I won't be able to make any more journals for another 4 months because I've been called away to work back in my old job, and it's right up in the Kimberley, very remote. My husband and I are driving up there, so we won't have much space to take much crafting things. I might put together a box of a few things to make some ephemera while I'm away, but that's all. So you won't be hearing much from me for the next 4 months. Anyway, let's get into this Christmas journal. This was a request for old traditional red and green colours. So I found this beautiful red book with all this lovely gold work on it. And this is a very simple cover for me, but I just thought the book was so glorious I didn't want to cover it up. So I've covered this bell in lovely green velvet, and then I just found this little ornament that I've attached to it there, and lovely gold Christmas ribbon. So its closure is just with a Tim Holtz shank, or hitch post rather. And let's start off. So I've tried to keep the book page intact because it's just such a lovely colour and in such good condition. And then I have used some of my wallpapers here, coordinating wallpapers, to make this pocket and signature cover. So first of all, I've just got a lovely little tag there, nothing on the back. Lots of journaling space in this one. And this little tag topped with a little bit of that green velvet. A little pocket there just with a little note to write little Christmas lists. It's that time of the year where we are all making lists. And a few little sparkles there. I don't usually use these rhinestone sparkles in my books, but being Christmas I thought it just lent itself to that. And then we have a couple of nice little cards here. I've used up a lot of things out of my stash because I've been doing Christmas things for a little while now. So I can't tell you exactly who's who and what's what, but I do know that I've used Screech Owl, and you'll find her in Etsy. And I've also used a bit of Roxy's Creations DigiKit as well. So nice little bit of embellishment there with some gold leaf. I've splashed a bit of gold leaf throughout the book and a bit of stenciling. I really enjoy doing these coloured stencils. And this here made little stars out of music paper and just put some gold gilding wax around it. Little angels there flying on the music. And then over this page we have a little pocket and another little tuck here, which I've just put that little swivel there because it's got cards in here and they all slip out. So I thought, how am I going to hold those in there? So they're just lots of little journaling cards. They pop in there. And then this just swings around. Oh, they don't want to go back in while I'm on camera. Of course they don't. That just swings around there. Oh, it does. I'll put it in later. all fingers and thumbs. Then I've used this lovely book page off this book as backing for that little card. And then green to go with it. So the nice rich reds and greens all the way through the book. 2 more little cards and a little lace pocket on the front there. Just a little embellishment up there. Like I said, I've left lots of nice journaling space. And here we have a lovely ruffle with that Christmas tartan and a gold star charm just there. And this is out of a very old children's book. It was the story of the three wise men. So I've just backed that with pianola paper and put that in there as another little journaling space. There's the three wise men pointing up to the star. And this is another lovely old music book that I have. It's one of those community ones where you went to sing Christmas carols as a child and they handed out music books. That was one of those from 1962. More little angels up there. And I've done a bit more stenciling here. This lovely coffee dyed and tea dyed paper. This middle signature I didn't want to cover it up, so I've left that blank, and I thought whoever gets this book, the recipient, they could use that as photo, mount some photos on there. I've used a bit of lace throughout the book, and this is an Edith Holden image here. I've just used it as a little side tuck and popped this little piece of note paper in there. This is I have an Edith Holden Christmas craft book, and that was out of that image, if you're wondering why you haven't seen it before. Another little floating pocket just made out of pianola paper. A couple of little tags in there with the velvet on them. And that's just the back of it. It's another piece of my lovely wallpaper collection that I have. And I also did this little bit of punching on the edges of the pages, of some of the pages. Embellishment there and a bird cage stencil up there. More of the leaf gold leaf splashed throughout the book. And this I really love. This is another piece of the green velvet made into a ruffle there on the side of the page, and it's got this lovely old vintage brooch that I've put there. It's costume jewellery, but it looks just lovely. And then this page is an interesting page. So I've done a bit of stenciling there with the negative space of my Tim Holtz dies. Some tiny little tags here which you could use on the back to name things, parcels, and then a tag in here and another one in here. Things don't like going back into their rightful places when you're filming, do they? And then on this side of the music, I've just got a little bit of lace dripping down there, and one of Santa's little helpers filling up stockings. More of that little bit of Fisker's Punch, I think that one is. And then that's more of the Tim Holtz negative space for the stenciling. Do you all do that? It's a really good idea. When you do your die cutting, you end up with all this wasted cardboard or paper, whatever you're using. And I just like to use those for stencils. And that's a lovely clematis, which is out at Christmas time. More pianola paper on there, more journaling space. Like I said, lots of journaling space. More rhinestones there. They're just pretty on this paper. Little holly picture there on top of a bit of a crocheted doily. And that's the lovely back side of the wallpaper, which you'll see here. So I've used 3 coordinating colours in this journal of this wallpaper set. That's a nice little tag in there, and one in there, big long one in there. And then on this side, this is the beginning of the second signature. I've got this lovely old picture of a couple going to the Christmas ball. And here's a little tag with lace on the top. Just slides in there, and I've got a little bit of embellishment there with the Diamante there. Just to indicate that she's off to the ball, and a bit of decoration. And then over here I have a pianola pocket, made out of a pianola roll, I should say. And inside I've got a big journaling card, if I can get my fingers in. Nice big journaling card in there. Santa reading off his list. I hope you've all been good so that your name's on his list. That just folds down there like that. And there he is there, good old Saint Nick. It's a special time of the year for all the children to get excited, isn't it? Up here I've got another little Diamante belt buckle that I've just got that ribbon through. It's not ribbon, it's like a real silk, that. It's off a silk scarf that I used to have and that I've torn up. And another little journaling card with a lovely little dove there. 'Tis the season. Another little angel. And a bit of lace embellishment there on the corner. Hope you can see that. And then here we have a lovely velvet ruffle again with the beautiful gold butterfly charm there. An old music paper. And then over here we've got tickets to a Christmas market. So there's the Christmas market they're advertising, and I've just popped in the tickets here that they use to get in the gate. And here I've just got a little stencil up there to go with this little bird there. These aren't birds that we have in Australia. I think they're called cardinals, and I'm pretty sure they're in America and Canada, but I could be wrong. But yeah, they're not an Australian bird. And then here I've just put this little deer on this little flip out. So more journaling space in there. Just there, and it's just glued down. And I've glued it on 3 sides, so obviously those are tucked in the back there. And this looks more like an Australian king parrot, this one. And I've found a little stencil there, and I've just done it in 2 colours. More little bits of velvet on the tickets, on the tags, sorry. Little offset pockets there. And this is the cover, the back cover of the music book that I've been using. So I thought, why not you turn that into a tag? Lovely cardboard, beautiful feeling. Another little angel there. And that's in a velvet pocket with a couple of little flowers and buttons there. And this is a, I printed this twice and just shadowed it onto that page, and then made this lovely little journal card to go in there. So it just pops in there. More of the lovely gold leaf. And here I've got a little belly band made out of Christmas ribbon. And just this little envelope, you just slide this up. She sits in there. Isn't she lovely? And that pops open. And you've got another lovely little cottage there. Children feeding the pussycat on Christmas morning. And then that just flips out to more journaling space. Goes up like that. I'll pop that ribbon back on when I'm finished. Oh, that stamping down there, punching. And this is a page out of the night before Christmas. And he's looking up at all those reindeer. Cheerish moments. And the little snow angels come to grant his wishes, no doubt. And here's old Saint Nick lugging his bells and his presents. 2 more children waiting in anticipation. Who doesn't love Christmas? A little bit more stenciling there. And a lovely fabric pocket here with the holly on. Gorgeous postcard. Backed onto index cards. A little bit of holly up there, just as for decoration. And then over on this page we have another ruffle and a nice gold crown there. And then this is the other piece of the Edith Holden book page, and I've just made that into a side pocket. Taken that December off the top of the page and popped it there. And then this is just a lovely picture of a Christmas morning in somebody's cottage. Good cheer. So I've just backed that onto tea-dyed paper and tucked it in there into that Christmas pocket. On this side, just a little tuck there. Another little house and children playing. And then here I've got 3 lovely postcards, which I've just backed onto index cards. Put some Australian stamps on them. This one's got Waltzing Matilda on it. Lovely little snow skates, blade skates, and they just all tuck into there. And I've put this lovely silk ruffle there, and then these 3 little ones, so there's another tuck spot there. This ruffle, this silk, it just really sits lovely, nice and soft. And that's it. I haven't put anything on the back page. That's the other coordinating piece of wallpaper, and that's the book. And it's just, I just thought they just went lovely together. But I thought, you know, I just thought I'd leave that empty. I might pop in some pieces if the lady wants to make some pockets. But I think photographs are lovely on there as well. And then the closure, it's just a very simple closure. So I've just done the triple ribbons, and you just take your fingers and you pop it over the hitch post there like that. And the ribbons just, you can tighten them up. They just sit there like that. And that's all there is. And I'll just remind you that I still have this other little, this was the second journal that I did, Holly, little Holly. And if you'd like to have a look at that flip through, it's in my video list. This is the previous one to this one. So she's still for sale. If anyone's interested, you can just PM me at Lacey's Creations. Okay, well, I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And like I said, I won't probably be back to make another video for 4 months. Okay, thank you very much.